Do do do. Do do do. Gonna go new game. Whew, new game. What's everybody doing today? Oh, I'm doing alright. Can't complain. Ooh. Now, I have played Baldur's Gate before, but I've never done it on, I've never done it on honors mode. So this will be a first time. This will be a first time attempt at the honors. So we shall see. We shall take a gander. I think maybe I should be okay. Fingers crossed. Do I want to do custom? I think I'll do Dark Urge. I just like Dark Urge. Race. Huh. Tiefling, Dwarf, Dragonborn, Half-Orc, Half-Elf, Halfling, Human, Drow. Ooh, what to go with? What to go with? I like the idea of not being able to be put to sleep, which Drow have. I do like Tieflings as well, though. Elf are silly. Gith Yankee, Maybe Dragonborn. I think I'll go with Tiefling. I like the Tieflings. I'll go with Asmodeus. Tiefling. They're solid. They're a solid group. I'm gonna go with Warlock. Because I like the idea of going with the, either Warlock or Paladin. Maybe Cleric? With the Death Domain? I have a friend who's doing that one. She streams as well. Her name is Ghoulie. She is also... What's it called? Ooh, on my nose. She's also, this in our campaign that we're doing. Ooh, I could do that. Ooh, So it's either cleric, paladin, or warlock. Do. Whew. Anybody have any ideas as to what they think I should do? I think you spelled warlock wrong. Oh, no, you didn't. You just forgot a C. But, you know what? Solid. I like warlock. Ooh. Some hex blading going around, slinging some hex blade, or I think we go with the great one. I like the great one usually. Cantrips. I love Eldritch Blast. I'll probably stick with Eldritch Blast. And then maybe Bell of Toll of the Dead as well. And then I get to also pick 2 additional spells. Dissonant Whispers, solid, and Tasha's Hideous Laughter, solid. I am a sucker for Hellish Rebuke, though, so I'll always go with Hellish Rebuke. It is a little bit, you know, a lot of people like it, but I don't think there's really anything bad about it. It's just like, oh, you hit me? Nah. I hit you, but harder. Arms of Hadar are solid. Impair a creature with torrent of a conflicting desires, leaving them incapacitated. Seems solid. I like force damage, so I'll probably end up going with Hellish Rebuke and then Magnify Gravity, because that reduces their movement, and that's kind of solid for me. My charisma's already just starting out 17, which is kind of saucy. I'll probably go with a bonus towards my constitution, just to be safe. Edit my appearance a little bit, just make him look a little different. I like if my character has a little bit of scarring, just because I'm like, it just adds character to him. He's been in a tussle or two. Since he is a warlock, I feel like he'd have a couple face tats, maybe. Oh yeah, there we go. Probably not blue though. I'm thinking red. Well, he's red. Maybe black. There we go. Yeah. Piercings. Solid. I like that one. See, me personally, I don't like septum or like the eyebrow piercings are cool sometimes. It just depends on like the face. This guy, he doesn't feel like he needs to be the whole eyebrow piercing. We'll give him a little bit of eyeshadow just to add that little pizzazz. You know, just a little flair. I like that one. I like that solid hair. I'm gonna stick with the black hair highlights. You know, I kind of want to match that eye, so maybe we'll go a little bit green. I don't want it to be too strong. We'll see. You know, I think that's solid. He's not graying. He's not graying. Facial hair. Let's give this man some class. All right. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. This is a man who, you know, is pimpin'. This guy not only has confidence, but he has a presence as well. He'll step into a bar and say, "Howdy doody, I cast Fireball," and everybody's just sitting there like, uh, uh. But now his horns. See, I like those, but I feel like it'd be hard for him to lay down with those. No. That's even harder to lay down. No, I don't want to just give him little nubs. This is a man of distinguish, so gotta give him something of class. Oh, here's they are. Are there any others that are gold tipped? No? Alrighty. Gold tipped ones. Because, like I said, this guy is distinguished. That's also true. Maybe he doesn't lay down. That is true. I kind of want his horns to match his eyes, so I'm going to go for like maybe a dark purple. Yeah. Or maybe, you know what? No. I'll go with black, and the tips will be kind of that dark purple. Oh, yeah, because then his sclera never have to have that issue, because they kind of match to the eyes. Which I, personally, am a fan of. I like to do the matching. Also, welcome in Master Logan McCat. Just doing a Baldur's Gate run on honors, which is the hardest difficulty, where if you die, you have to start all over. So just kind of seeing how maybe if I can do it or not. What do we want to name him? I'm thinking Sir Stinky of... Oh. I can't do Sir Stinky of the Stinky Lens. It is awesome and not fun at the same time. Sir... Ah, yes. You want me to zoom in on him? I gotcha. This is a tiefling. So, let me go back to... So, he is a... I'm going with the tiefling race. And then his sub-race is the Asmodeus, which bound to the Nessus, deepest layer of the Hells. These tieflings inherited the ability to wield fire and darkness from the archdevil Asmodeus' infernal bloodline. So, I kind of went with that, and then I decided that I like magic. Magic is powerful, so I went with the Warlock class, because I felt like it would go the best with the Tiefling, because bound by a pact to an all-powerful patron, Warlocks trade their loyalty for supernatural abilities and unique magic. So, though he is a distinguished gentleman, he also is a freak. So, also went with a couple of his spells. He has Eldritch Blast, which pretty much... boom. I think of like Iron Man Blast. And then Toll of the Dead is You summon like this spectral bell that rings. If something is less than full health, Sir Visalkin. You know what? All right. I will take off Sir Concision, and I'll do Sir Vidalkin instead. There we go. This is Sir Vidalkin. And then I kind of have this also, this one. These tend to not matter too much. What I do with these is I'll just go over to the randomize buttons, press it about 10 times, and whatever I get is what I go with. And now, I venture forth. This game essentially is D&D, but I like to describe it as like the introduction to D&D. This kind of introduces a lot of gamers into D&D because it has the same thought process as D&D, where you're rolling a dice, you're rolling a d20 for each of your actions, and they either succeed or fail, just like D&D. It's just a little simple. It's simplified, so it's easier for like the gamer brain to wrap around what D&D has. Um, I think it's very nice in how it does it too. Plus, the game does have pretty ladies, which is always a plus. It also has pretty men as well. Pretty people. We appreciate just the game. And so, like, as you can see here, this is like a mind flayer ship. And what it's doing is it's abducting people so it can turn them into more mind flayers. So, and then these are there's these dragon riders, which, I forget what their race is. I'm sure I'll hear it, because there's a character you meet, and she's one of them, but they're like a warrior race, and they ride dragons. These are the mind flayers with the tentacles and stuff. And they're pretty much, kind of like the main villains of the game, other than like society itself. Corrupt government, just like in most D&D campaigns, corrupt government's big. Just a lot of bad. And you're kind of just the player. You get infected with, of course, this little like parasite in your brain, and the main thing is you're trying to get them out of your brain. The only issue is getting them out of your brain. And that in of itself is a process. Githyanki, that's it. I remembered it. They're called the Githyanki. And they're like, they kind of look like, I like to describe them as, they look like frogs. They're like frog people. Their nose are real scrunched up. Oh, there she is. Yeah, it's really, I mean, it's solid. It's real solid. It's one of those things where if you like story-rich games where like choices really matter, everything you do has an impact on the world, it's important to use your brain rather than going and just straight up killing everything. This is a really good game. And I mean, this is, if you ever dabble in D&D or anything, this is another really good thing, because this can help you kind of keep on the thought process of D&D. Also, I mean, another thing that a lot of people like in it is you can romance characters and stuff, and some people find the romancing in this nice. So it just has a lot of, it offers a lot to people, and I think that's why so many people just liked it. I didn't even realize that those three towers are the Baldur's Gate 3 where it said that. That's funny. Because those imps right there, those are like, those imps that you see flying. Oh, they're in hell right now. So it's like imps are being controlled by like devilish beings. They're like the smaller version of a tiefling, pretty much. Oh, do apologize. It does seem like it's a little bit laggy, at least right here. My frames, I can see it, are just like dead. I don't know why it got all laggy. It even froze. Ooh. Stop that. Behave. Just trying to see if I could let it catch up to itself.
The blood in your head thrums and pounds.
And also, I would. No, I use AT&T internet.
Loss of memory. How you ended up amidst these.
Yeah, I use AT&T. It goes with my apartment.
Besides your name and a headache.
I use a wire through it.
But you are in danger.
No, I think it's just the game had a big animation section. Another thing about my characters, I chose the Dark Urge, which essentially I am like a child of Baal, which Baal is a murder god. So my character has like all these like bad urges, and that also adds to the role playing because you have to choose whether or not you want to indulge in those bad practices. Which I will be letting all of my viewers, while they watch me, make my decisions for me whenever it comes to important decisions. I'll see what my chat decides for the decision.
The torturer behind this cruel prank will meet your malice when you get out killing.
But it's so pretty basic movement. You kind of use depending on what you're playing on. If you're playing on a controller, you would play with like the joysticks, you would move, or you would press the buttons accordingly. Me personally, I'm playing on a mouse and keyboard, so it's really easy. I use my little mouse and I press, and then I'll hold the joystick, and it allows me to move around. I try not to move around too much because I don't want any viewers who could get potentially motion sickness to get the motion sickness. I'd like to try to make this as comfortable and I want this to be somewhere people can just be comfy, enjoy it. You know what I mean? So we're just kind of looting the area right now. That mind flayer is dead. This is a restoration chamber. So each of these, so essentially, I was stuck inside of one of these things until the ship took that big explosion attack you see over at that little nursery station. And what it did was it woke me up from my chamber with that other girl. The other girl's name is Lae'zel. She's a character that can be on your team. She's one of those characters where I like her personally, but a lot of people could be like, she's hard to get along with just because she's very hard-headed. And because of that, it kind of... But there's a couple characters that are really... a big character that a lot of people like are Karlach, which I actually have a Funko Pop of her. Karlach people like, and another one is Shadowheart. And recently, a cool thing about Funko Pop is they released the rest of the characters for Baldur's Gate. So now, all of the characters that you can interact with, you can get their Funko Pops as well. Which is also really, really handy because y'all can see a little bit of it. I collect Funko Pops. And that's kind of like my little niche thing I do is I'll look up different areas and I'll see what Funko Pops they have, and I'll determine based on that if I want to go get them, if I look at the price, compare it to where other places. Nice, Logan. Nice. That's solid. So like right here, this is a little brain, and it's like a creature pretty much. The enemies, so many enemies. So that's an elf. It's dead. The elf is dead. However, that brain is kind of independent of itself, and these are kind of where the D&D aspect comes in, because I can either investigate the exposed brain, I can do strength to break the skull so that I can get the brain out, or I can dexterity, gently prise the brain from the skull. And it also, the nice thing about this is it'll show you your little bonuses in the bottom corner. You can kind of see it, that little green +1. So it shows you what I have. So like I have a -1 to my strength, so it would not be beneficial for me to try to break the skull. I will inspect the skull first, where I can kind of, and it gives me that little bonus here as well, and I can roll. And I rolled a 4, so no bueno on that roll.
Apart from this strange context,
And I can't tell anything different about the brain at all. I feel like it's just a little guy. So now I will try to gently prise the brain out. I'll use a dexterity to see if I can dexterously maneuver the brain out of the skull. We'll see if I can roll higher than a 4. This time I rolled a 16, so I succeeded. And it'll kind of give you a little cutscene as to me, like a grape, popping it.
lifts from the skull. But you notice a
All good. Thank you for jumping in. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. You have a good night, Logan.
should it prove a threat. Your fingers twitch with the desire to rip its tender, moist meat to shreds.
I'm just a girl in a world.
It relaxes in your hands.
I pretty much lobotomized this brain. Poked little holes in it. And now it's kind of like my pet,
Creature pauses.
which is pretty cool. Because they're just little guys with little grippers. He has 21 health, which is solid. I, of course, only have 10 because I'm a level 1 warlock, which is no bueno. But at the end of the day, success is success in my eyes. So we're just here to ball. Now we gotta kill these guys. Ooh, spooky time, spooky time. Let's take a gander as to if these guys can handle my Kamehameha wave. I don't think they will. So yeah, now first I'll go to attack this one, see if I can maybe get him. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so that's radius. Let's see about this one on this guy. 95% success. Only did 1 damage though. Is crazy bad roll for me. Lazelle tends to do a lot better. She's built Ford tough. Ford, you should reach out to me. I'm great. You should. I think that's a good call, Ford.
Nothing will stand in my way.
So the good thing is it's not at full health, so I shall use this. Does significantly more damage, and then I can hit him with Lazelle. And that right there, I mean, that is solid. So the unfortunate, I am a warlock, so that means I am not proficient in most weapons. Kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, I don't really expect to be using very many weapons. I am going to be using magic the entire time. So we go up here. I'm looting, of course, as I'm going, I'm looting corpses because it is important. It is important to loot. At least for the money portion of this game.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Like, or, well, I guess, yeah, and healing potions. Healing potions can be very, very good, too, because, yeah, there's some fights where it's just like, man, feels like the world is just not very nice. And I mean, in all honesty, yeah, that's how it is. Everything is pretty, like, built tough.
Beholds the dance of death.
Oh.
Keep going.
And, like, so I pull the gravity down on them. Their bones just kind of leaked out of their feet because of the force of the gravity. I mean, it ain't easy being cheesy. Let's just say that much. Here is our next character we're kind of going to get. It's very important we get her. She's going to be our healer. Yes, Shadowheart. So we're going to see if maybe we can help her out of here, get her to be our healer.
Warding runes. You feel them drawing. Are you satisfied? We need to go.
See if maybe I can release it by just magic alone. Be real nice. I'd be so cool.
The console hums to life.
Sweet, a solid roll.
The pulsing glow and organic lines of the sudden then discomfort fades and another sensation.
I will be back for you, Shadowheart. Don't you even worry a little bit. I will be right back to help you out, buddy. I just gotta go be magically amazing over yonder, pick up this key, seduce one of the brains. It's very important, the seduction part. Because if I don't seduce them, how can I trick them into working for me? I'll do a little brain jig, a little brain dance.
No traps, please.
This is honors mode, so like I said, if I do die, I end up having to create a whole new character, which stinks, but at the same time, we'll be fine. Don't y'all worry, everything gonna be Irie. Everything gonna be Irie, don't y'all worry, darling. Cause we built a Fort Delphia.
Awaiting command.
So We're gonna place our hand on the. Well. Will it to open? Ooh, solid 17. Now there was, of course, the chance for me to roll a natural one. Would have been mega no bueno. Would have been absolutely. Now I'm not. I will admit I'm not speed running this, so I am taking my time with it.